Hello, I'm Dr. Octavia Cox and welcome to the Jane Austen Advent Calendar, Day 9. Jane Austen's nieces recall how wonderful she was at entertaining through storytelling. What I love about these quotations is that they show how important imaginative playfulness was to Jane Austen even as an adult. So Caroline Austen, who was the daughter of eldest brother James, remembers, "My visits to Chawton were frequent. I cannot tell when they began. They were very pleasant to me, and Aunt Jane was the great charm. As a very young girl, I was always creeping up to her and following her whenever I could, in the house and out of it. I might not have remembered this, but for the recollection of my mother's telling me privately, I must not be troublesome to my aunt." Her charm to children was great sweetness of manner. She seemed to love you, and you loved her naturally in return. This was all I can now recollect and analyse, was what I felt in my earliest days, before I was old enough to be amused by her cleverness. But soon came the delight of her playful talk, everything she could make amusing to a child. Then, as I got older, and when cousins came to share the entertainment, she would tell us the most delightful stories, chiefly of fairyland, and her fairies had all characters of their own. The tale was invented, I am sure, at the moment, and was sometimes continued for 2 or 3 days if occasion served. And Caroline's sister, Anna Austen, remembers, "Aunt Jane was the general favourite with children, her ways with them being so playful, and her long circumstantial stories so delightful. These were continued from time to time, and were begged for on all possible and impossible occasions, woven as she proceeded out of nothing but her own happy talent for invention. But if one of them could be recovered." Recent research has shown the likely influence of Jane Austen's fairy stories on her relatives' teenage writings in the recovery of a manuscript by James Edward Austen Lee, the brother of Anna and Caroline, called The Delightful Tales of Fairyland, which was probably written in about 1812 to 1815. Thank you very much indeed for watching.